Welcome back. We're making Drop Command, a combined arms mech combat game with large battles, strategic decision making, and a procedural campaign. Over the last 2.5 years, I've worked on Drop Command for over 1,200 hours, and if you're keeping track, that's about 400 hours of work since the previous devlog. A lot has happened since then, including many graphics and VFX updates, hundreds of bug fixes, and little bits of optimization and polish. Today I want to go over some of the bigger changes and talk about where we're at in terms of getting this game to completion. My vision for Drop Command has 3 core pillars. The first pillar is the moment-to-moment mech and combined arms combat, switching between units at will, and fighting across a battlefield to complete objectives. Pillar 2 is the strategical and tactical side of the game, where you call down reinforcements where they're needed and give meaningful orders to carry out your plan of attack. Pillar 3 is the fully procedural campaign, which ties it all together in a more meaningful player-driven narrative with high replayability. Pillar 1 is more or less complete now. We have a fun mech combat sim with combined arms combat, plenty of variety in weapons and units, and battlefield objectives to accomplish. Pillars 2 and 3, on the other hand, are far from finished. The bad news is that after working on the same game for so many hours, we really only have one of the 3 pillars in place. The good news is that the first pillar was by far the hardest and hopefully the most time-consuming to get done. I don't expect pillars 2 and 3 to take another 1,000 hours each, at least I really hope they don't take that long. When I started this project, I never imagined that it would take so much time to finish. I don't want you to get the wrong impression though. I'm very excited about Drop Command every time I work on it, and I don't think I'll ever get bored of adding to the core gameplay. When I first started working on Drop Command, I had big dreams of a tactical mech combat game where you play as a warrior and a commander in the thick of combat, making strategic decisions to complement the moment-to-moment battlefield mayhem. Up until now, I've been focusing entirely on the warrior aspect of the game, getting the combat to feel good and polished. Until now, the strategic and tactical layer of the game was almost entirely missing. With the new tactical map, you can finally make meaningful strategic decisions and give commands to your squad leaders to carry out. The tactical map has several key functions. It can be used to check the status of your squads, or to give orders to your squad leaders, such as to relocate the squad to a new area. You can also call down reinforcements where you need them, and even call for orbital bombardment of a large area. The tactical map gives you an overview of the battlefield and all of the information you need for making the big strategic decisions. The HUD has seen some improvements, including a new nav bar. This should help with navigating to waypoints and finding enemy units more quickly on the larger maps. There's also a new 2x zoom view, which is very helpful when you see enemy mechs on the horizon or when you just can't quite get a bead on that enemy battle armor. You can unlock up to an 8x zoom by installing a battle computer in one of your equipment hardpoints. We've also added a free look that lets you glance around the inside of your cockpit, and this can be very handy for checking your blind spots, looking further than your torso twist can manage, and getting a good view up in the air to check for VTOLs up above. When your heat reaches a critical level, you'll now see a red vignette effect giving a visual cue that you're in danger of overheat. When you take battle damage, you'll also get cockpit sparks indicating that damage has been taken. The game now has a 3rd solar system, complete with new planets and biomes. The Rusted Barrens are an iron-rich Mars-like biome filled with rocky hills, deep canyons, and butte networks. The Snowscape is a blue-white winter wasteland filled with glacial ice boulders and snowdrifts. I mentioned in the previous devlog that we were adding 2 new mission types, and they're finally in the game. So, we have the Raid Defense and the Raid Attack missions. In these, you'll be tasked with either defending or destroying an important base with key logistical resources. The outcome of the mission is going to impact the future of your procedural campaign. Did you destroy a prominent airfield? Then the opposition may face significant trouble fielding VTOL units in the region. Did you take out an important supply depot? Planetary defense forces may find themselves with limited or non-existent missile reserves in the coming battles. To facilitate these mission types, we've been working on adding procedural base generation. Our goal is for each base to feel unique, but to also keep a sense of being built for purpose. Buildings are handcrafted and then used to generate individual base tiles. The tiles are then combined using rule sets to generate full base layouts in a self-consistent and organized manner. What's left to do for these missions is setting up smaller defensive emplacements arrayed around the area and updating the strategic AI to more reliably attack the objective targets. There are several new units to show off this time around. We have 3 new types of battle armor, and 2 or 3 new mechs depending on how you want to count them. The Zorilla Light Mech is the smallest, fastest flanker this side of the Hyades cluster. It has a primary loadout of 4 anti-infantry flamers and a heavy-duty mech-sized Gatling gun, ideal for scouting the battlefield, hunting infantry, and harassing the slower, heavier assault units. On the other hand, we have the Mantis Assault Mech, which is a towering behemoth of a mech, a bastion of raw firepower with more armor plating than a dropship gangway. The primary loadout of this monster includes 2 auto-laser turrets, 36 unguided missile launchers, and 4 light plasma cannons. The Mantis can hold its own against a small army or 2. The Wolf Spider is a heavy mech specializing in artillery support. Jump jets allow it to reach vantage points to view the battlefield and rain missiles down from above. This mech replaces the old 4-legged placeholder mech that has been around since the very early builds of Drop Command. So I'm not sure if you'll count this as a new mech, but it's certainly replacing an old one. As well as these new mech units, there are also the 3 new infantry battle armor that you can play as. The Anubis battle armor is a formidable shock trooper, capable of leading the charge into battle. They carry an array of infantry hardpoints and make excellent mech support units. The jump jet equipped Dragonfly armor has extensive flight capability, able to reach almost anywhere on the map and to quickly redeploy wherever needed. Perfect for quick ambush and quick escape. With a single infantry ballistic hardpoint, the Dragonfly can be outfitted to hunt particular prey, such as using a flak to hunt an air unit, or ballistic cannon to quickly take down an enemy tank. However, with only one hardpoint, it lacks in versatility and can quickly find itself running low on ammunition in extended firefights. The Scarab heavy battle armor is a different story. This powerful infantry carries enough armor to take a blast from a mech-sized weapon and keep on walking. It makes up for a slow movement speed by carrying a large array of weapons. Being slow to relocate, the Scarab is ideal for holding trenches and is very effective at area denial. There are many new weapons which have been added to the game, and we're up to a total count of 40 weapons. Well, technically 39, but let's round it up to 40. That's double the weapon systems we had just 1 devlog ago. The 3 most exciting are the new auto weapons. Auto weapons are fully autonomous and do not require any player intervention to function. The auto laser turret can be mounted on any platform hardpoint. Seeking nearby targets, the auto laser is excellent at picking away at pesky infantry or convincing enemy air units to find a less dangerous target. The auto laser has a large advantage over standard laser, using significantly less heat, which makes the damage to heat cost ratio much more favorable. However, due to being turret mounted, the pilot doesn't control which target the auto laser fires upon, and it has an effective range of between 100 and 200 meters. Due to the large minimum range, seasoned enemy pilots might choose to underrun the auto laser to completely avoid taking fire from it. The anti-missile system and the laser anti-missile system are also platform weapons, giving you 2 competing options for missile defense. The AMS has a faster rate of fire than the laser AMS and also uses no heat. This makes the AMS far more effective at quickly shooting down missiles. However, the AMS can quickly run low on ammunition, while the laser AMS can fire indefinitely. This makes the laser AMS significantly more attractive during long engagements where running out of ammunition can be very problematic. I want to thank everyone who has already wishlisted Drop Command on Steam. Every wishlist makes a huge difference, both in sending motivation my way and in telling the Steam algorithm that people are actually interested in seeing Drop Command. We recently hit 400 wishlists, which is a fantastic success, especially considering that we don't have a game trailer yet. In a perfect world, I'd like to have about 10 times as many wishlists when we launch the game, so it has a decent chance of being seen by many more people. In order to achieve this goal, I really need to step up my marketing efforts. A big part of getting organic wishlists on Steam is having a good Steam store page, and there are certain things I can definitely improve on the current iteration, such as updating the screenshots to showcase more recent content, and getting more GIFs to show off the current state of combat in the game. However, the main problem that needs to be addressed is definitely the lack of a gameplay trailer. My plan of attack will be to polish the game to the point that we can actually make a proper, decent trailer. Some of the polish needed is visual, like muzzle flashes and UI updates, but the biggest part of the necessary polish is going to be adding sound to the game. While Drop Command feels awesome to play, a game without sound always feels a little flat and lifeless compared to a game that does have sound. When making a game, sound design is one of the most important, but for me most difficult challenges. If done well, music and ambiance will add a sense of cohesion, while sound effects will create stronger impact for actions and events that take place in the game. Creating and sourcing the sound effects is going to take me some time, but it needs to start happening now so I can move ahead with getting that trailer done. If you're starting to wonder when the demo is going to happen, everything that needs to be done for the trailer is also necessary for the demo. So you can expect me to focus on getting the trailer done first, and then to push hard for the demo. For sure, I will release the demo during a Steam Next Fest, since that is going to give Drop Command the largest boost in visibility and wishlists that it can get. However, this means that I have limited choices for when to release the demo. I'm still aiming for a demo this year, but that depends very strongly on me actually hitting all of these tight deadlines. Let's talk a little bit about what's next for Drop Command. As I just finished describing, getting a game trailer done is my next big milestone. Then, getting a demo out so you can actually give the game a try. And then, finally releasing the game on Steam. That's really only 3 milestones left to go. Of course, each of those milestones is a whole marathon on its own. Getting to the trailer will mostly require a ton of polish, especially in the audio department, but also on the visual side of things. After that, the demo requires that I finish implementing Pillar 2, so that the main game loop has every tactical system in place that the game will have, as well as implementing a bunch of usability features such as rebindable control schemes. And finally, releasing the game can't happen until Pillar 3 is completed, so that you can actually play through the procedural campaign. Don't forget to check out the Steam page for Drop Command. Every wishlist makes a huge difference for us. Remember to subscribe if you want to see the next devlog when it's ready. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.